So 8.2 is out and you still don't know if you should come back to WoW yet or not. Well, stay tuned because in today's video we will go over some of the coolest highlights Marcelian and I had while playing the patch in the last couple of days. The only thing I want to mention is the content issue that people are discussing about recently. We knew going in that not all of the patch will be available on day one, so this is not a review of the content or feedback on the patch or anything like that, but mostly just a compilation of highlights and things that impressed Marcelian and I while playing this patch. Besides the intro cinematic that I haven't seen on the PTR, which was amazingly done, foreshadowing a potential for a really cool story between lore characters that we wanted for some time now, the first thing that hit me and should hit you as well is the music. There's no surprise that WoW's art team is amazing, and you already know the concept of the art team is carrying the game. Nazjatar is no exception. One of the coolest moments happened during an exploration bit, and yeah, you'll get some exploration going, that's for sure. In Azshara, the ruined old city, when the music started into something resembling a chorus or opera. The song sounded very Night Elfish and has a very deep impact if you know the lore of the Naga and how they came to be at the bottom of the sea. Although it's not technically music, you should keep the game sounds on and everything else, at least for your first run, because you will even hear whale-like sounds from the underwater beasts lurking just outside the borders of Nazjatar, some which you can even see behind the wall of water. The design of the zone is also something that can surprise you. The way the terrain drops into caverns, yet at the upper sides looks like the bottom of the sea. Everything is amazing. You can clearly see that the upper parts are dominated by sea folk like giants, murlocs and water beasts. Going deeper down, the Naga structures will start to pop up and give you an ominous feel that you are getting closer and closer to Azshara and her base of operations. Taking everything in creates a feeling of immersion pretty strong to keep you hooked if you let it. You should definitely play the first few hours or more with the game sounds and music enabled and experience what you're paying for. Same as Nazjatar, Mechagon will fill you with its music and general immersiveness. It's not as amazing as Nazjatar, but it's a nice break. The atmosphere is very lighthearted and I feel like in a sandbox island where you can do whatever you want and you won't feel like you're wasting your time. You do feel a little bit like in a Pixar movie, but hey, that's a new experience. On the sides of content, we know it's not a lot, and in an ideal world, everything would be perfect, right? The bulk of it is 2 weeks away, but that doesn't mean there's nothing for you to do. The world quests are world quests, but they feel more impactful. If there's an elite Naga boss that you need to kill, you will probably be enclosed in a Naga base with a lot of Naga troops around that will assist, and this gives you a feel of actually going out of your way into enemy territory to slay an enemy commander. That's really cool. And of course, we can't really talk about World Quest without talking about the Jelly Quest! Oh yeah, the quest that probably broke a few keyboards. We liked the quest, and although it was frustrating for me to complete, it was also very satisfying. It wasn't as satisfying as watching nerds fail time and time again, but hey, to each our own. There are a lot of hidden things that you might have never felt more compelled to search for as in this patch. Treasures, rares, and secrets are really out of the way and not straightforward to find. The fact that you don't have a marker on the map forces you to explore the zone. And explore you should, because I found a cave with a strange arcane pylon that took me a few minutes to figure out by reading the tooltip? I thought we didn't need to do that in 2019. Yep, certain things are not straightforward to figure out, so you either approach them with a trial and error mentality or read all the information you can. And again, it's very rewarding to try and figure something out and actually figuring it out. I had reservations about the mana pearl system being another thing to farm. They are dispelled once you do a world quest that drops a benthic Azshara gear with actual good traits. Now you just have to farm to boost it. This is 100 times better than trying to find the eye level version of the one that you already have. Now you have a goal set with a path in mind. This is an improvement of the system. The treasures are actually worth doing. In Nazjatar you get mana pearls and war resources among quest items and some fun items to fool around with. Mechagon gives you resources and rare parts and blueprints. You feel like every chest you open matters. World PvP is interesting as well. We have objectives on the map that start a few times per day. You capture them, hold them, and fight off the opposing faction. Of course you need war mode for this, but hey, it feels like world PvP matters again. Although the concept is fun, my server is very horde favored, so my bloodthirst is definitely not satiated yet. Perhaps the world PvP will get more interesting in Mechagon since the place is smaller and we have to fight for resources. Careful not to start some noise in towns, however. We don't have the new dungeon, but we do have the new arena, and boy is it a big one. I mean, check it, it's freaking huge! The design is awesome, we have pillars and platforms, and a really gnomish rusty feel going around. And talking about things that should be going around, click that bell thingy, damn it. You'll get quick updates about all our future videos straight into your feed, so it's not enough to just be subscribed. One thing you might enjoy doing now before Season 3 starts is farming profession mats. As with all patches, the prices are crazy these days, and as a result, I went against my own plan and got to gathering professions. You don't need to go out of your way to farm, but if you collect everything on your path and sell them afterwards, you can make tens of thousands of gold per day, depending on server of course. Selling stacks of 20 ore for 2 to 3k gold is not bad or hard to do. It takes quite a bit of mass to craft some of the most awesome things in mechagon, especially for engineers, so again, you'll need to farm, but it's farming with a clear purpose and goal that's not RNG focused. This is what we've been asking for. Every bit of farming contributes to something bigger. Nazjatar works towards boosting your character, benthic gear for your main or alt, rep for goodies and future flying achieves. Mechagon has the punch card trinket and junkyard tinkering, and this is just the beginning. I'm still not sure if the 2 weeks gating is the best. We did need a break from Season 2, but ideally the patch should have hit earlier also. However, you cannot have highlights with a buggy patch, and the amount of content we will have in total might be too much if paired with the raid release, Season 3 of Mythics and Season 3 of PvP. The future will tell. If you want more details about things that you can do in 8.2 before Season 3 is released, check our 8.2 guide with activities that you might have missed and that you can still do. Shout out to our patrons for their support and love for our content, and if you want to become a patron as well, check the details down below. If you're already 415 eye level and benthic gear is pretty much useless for you, then get our MarcelianOnline gear from our official Teespring link. We have t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, mugs, all with 100% drop chance guaranteed. Thanks for watching the video and have an awesome day.